All of our faith too. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody's feeling fresh. Our guests here have been waiting for this fixture, waiting, trying to honor the fixture as much as they could without technical difficulties. But we are here with you. I'll call it an emergency stream. Sunday nights, late night express in Yana. It is me, your host, Mr. KB, and Mr. Coach, joined by Katlaho and Tato in today's Bucs Chat Live. We've got so much to talk about. There's been so many talking points ever since we were hacked. And so before we get into just a summary, I would just like you guys just to get nice, get warm, get a cup of coffee and all of that. And I'm just going to ask everybody to say, Itaula, I'll explain the topics and then Sabangena Bafit.
Mapagania Sanbonani, before Bafit, some of you guys know we were hacked, I think, for the last 3 weeks or so. And YouTube are punished Bafit. It's not showing you guys the videos. It's acting like we don't exist. So awesome, please do us a favor. Get us back on track. Please hit the like button so that we can get this show to more Yamapaganea so that we can get back on track. If you haven't already, hit subscribe button. We are on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Otherwise, Indian Nyama, I see.
Mr. Katlev, how are you feeling today?
Yeah, welcome back, gents. It's been a while. I have a lot to say, that's all.
So you don't want to misrepresent yourself too early. Away, Mtatos, how are you doing today, Chief? You with us? You with us, bro?
No,
I
don't want to do that, my gents. I'm with you. I can hear you.
Away. Yeah, Mtatos didn't sound that. There was just a bit of a lag, away.
Sure, Mapagania, sure, Bafetu. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. Yeah, we needed a therapy session that need to be set. And I'm sure we're going to get into it today. Right?
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk, gents. We're going to start by talking about Abdeslam. As the thumbnail shows, Bafetu, it's been 3 games without a win. And I remember before the season was even, before it even started, we were talking about, I give him this long. I give him 6 months. I give him this. And people are wanting wins. People have been saying, hey, he's changing a winning team. So let's talk about his start so far, especially thinking about how far you thought he would have been by now. Then we're going to talk about the right back situation, Bafit. In fact, that whole right-hand side is an issue. But I think because he's been playing Mashilwane so much and has gotten people talking, let's actually just make it about the right back, and then we'll see. We'll move up the pitch. And then we'll talk about right wing, of course, MOFOKENG'S form, because hey Bafetu, he's been not looking like the happy 2000 president that we've been used to. And then we'll end it off with the striker selection, because we still need to find answers there. I feel like we got so many players and we went from having a solution in every spot to having no solutions anywhere. We don't even know which campaign to play anymore.
Ridiculous.
So what are your comments, gents? Tato, let me start with you, to the start. Yeah, Abdeslam. 1 win, 2-0, we were happy. Appollis scored, we were looking like we are moving on to greener pastures. Chigi. Loss. Bro, yeah.
That first half, I was very excited. I was like, okay, all right. I at least see some bright sparks. But after that, it's just been terrible performance after terrible performance after terrible performance. And I don't want to go too much into the players, because the players, I don't think I should fault their effort. So if it's not the players' effort, then it must be the coach. The coach, we go into a game, it feels like we going into every game where we must just get the ball and get it as quickly as possible to the front. We have no sort of style of play or wanting to have the ball in between the midfield, having the ball at the back. It's just so frustrating to watch Pirates right now. Ah, ah, I, I was watching the Sundowns game yesterday with a Sundowns fan, and he's an old fan. He was telling me, Ori, you guys are not gonna like, you're not gonna go anywhere, coach. Let fire no, because he was even like, we're gonna win everything at this rate with the way you guys are playing. We're gonna win everything, and I'm like, I couldn't say anything because the way we were playing, especially in that Sundowns game, in the first half, it was hoofball and J. So they didn't. Nobody took time or relaxing. Not even Duty, Tito, Polo, are relaxing and find your players. Nobody was making a run in the mid at the front line. Nobody was making a run. Sebelebele, probably he was making a run, but nobody looked like they wanted to control the game in our midfield. And I thought we had both a midfield to control the game, which is my word. Abdeslam, I don't think whatever I want to say is PG-13.
Tell us, Chief. Tell
So
us.
him,
Are you part of the Magahambe Brigade?
yes, I'm definitely part of that because I don't see this improving. Also, we lost 2 games already against Kukune and Marumo Gallants in the league. Already we have a mountain to climb already. Because Ratse or Sundowns, we know what Sundowns are going to give us. They are going to win most of their games. So already we can just say, the league. Because when we play against Stellenbosch, which is the next game coming up, when we play against Stellenbosch, Sundowns, I'm pretty sure we're going to show up against the big teams. But against the smaller teams, if you can't even score a goal, let alone win the game. If we can't even score a goal, Magaha, bye.
It's tough. When I got Leompetu as a start, I don't want you to give him a rating. Just describe his start because it's very hard to even pinpoint one thing.
Yeah, where do I even start, my gents? You know, I used to watch Kaiser Chiefs from a distance, and I used to wonder, like, how do these people do it every week? Like watching your team, and it's so terrible. Like, how do they do it? And I'm in that position now, bro. And it's only been 3 games, né? And these guys have been doing it for like 7 years plus, bro. Like, I don't know, my gents. Like, terrible. It's terrible.
Give me a comment.
It's dark. It's dark, bro. Like, where do I even start? You know when this guy came, he sold us the idea that it's not gonna change everything, like anything. And then second game of the league, there's 6 changes, bro, and 6 of those players are new players. 6 new players in the second game of the season. I'm a fit. No.
So you're also part of that squad to say hooray, because that's been one of the things of he's changing a winning formula. When you're saying that hooray, he's just got too much of a changing attitude.
You know, like in my years of watching football, I've never seen a coach inherit a team that finished second, went to 2 domestic cup finals and the semi-finals of the Champions League, and then he changes almost everything. I've never seen that anywhere in the world. You know, there's certain things that you don't even need like a coaching looking for. You just need like common sense.
License.
You just need like common sense for certain things. There's no way like you can make more than 4 changes to the team. The only necessary change that we needed was Nkota's position, you know? Maybe in the midfield, people would say, okay, Mbata does not pass the ball properly, so you need a Mbule for that position. I understand for that. But right back, there was no reason to mess with that position. You know, Van Rooyen is not my favorite player.
Number one. Hey, yeah.
He's not my favorite player like at all, but he's our best right back at the moment. So leave it like that. You don't need to touch that, you know?
Yeah.
What else? I mean, like, there's a lot of it. Like, I don't know where to start, but all the best for this season. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm glad I enjoyed the past 3 seasons. It was nice for me to end stress free. I didn't enjoy the football, but it was stress free, you know. Yeah, it was bleak. It's bleak.
The coach when I'm to as a start and his expectations, because he's saying that's the mere fact that you're going to go around looking at your right back, seeing if you can try another one. That's an issue. We are not saying he was never supposed to try anything. And we did have certain positions. So I actually agree. There's certain positions that you were supposed to say, I need to find an answer before I change other positions. When I'm Mr. Coach, in terms of how he has gone, and even considering yesterday's team in mind, because people are saying he didn't pick that team.
Hey, for me, there are 2 parts to this conversation. First one, sometimes, dog, I really wish I had 100,000 followers or 1 million followers and 100,000 subscribers. Because, okay, first of all, the day that Coach Ouaddou was announced, I was probably the most vocal in terms of give mistake, first of all, to hire him as the head coach. And the point I want to make very clear about that was that now I keep blaming coach, you blame the supporter, you blame chairman. And my point is that the fact that Orlando Pirates supporters, when we tell them that this is a mistake, the chairman is messing up, but leave our plama, go start your own team. And this is the price you pay for this kind of thing. I was very vocal in fact. Anybody who's watching can go back to the channel. You're gonna find it. The day it was announced, I was throwing my toys out the court. I was saying that if you want to win the league, this is not the guy to hire. And in me saying that is that the time to complain about Coach Ouaddou was the day he was announced. So now that Lehan no complain, Lehan and get Dr. Koza perfect, and hides anything wrong. Not the best chairman ever. Since you guys were okay with that, I'm not speaking to the guests or Machita, basically to the fan base. Since you guys were okay with that, and I did say on the day that I was crying about Ouaddou that this is not the guy to get, because not can blame of it. You can't blame somebody because he doesn't know what he doesn't know. And Coach Ouaddou is learning this coaching a big club thing for the first time. This is his chance to make a big name of himself, Orlando Pirates. So, because for me he's not to blame, you must look at the chairman. No matter what happens this season, I will never, ever, ever blame the coach. I'll say, Angel needs to leave our plama. Stand for it. And I did say the day I was complaining about the day I was complaining about the coach's appointment, I did say that as much as I am not happy with the coach's appointment, because I really wasn't, the evidence is there. My job as a supporter. Now that Salite coach, I can cry for one day.
Thank you, man.
But now he's my coach. I must support him. And I did say that I'm going to give him 12 months. I'm going to back him through thick and thin. Now, if we think about whether or not, I think 12 my chance. And I did say I'll give him 12 months unless I feel like, unless, am unless I feel like one roha, one disrespecter as a Buccaneer. I owe him that much. And now I put aside the fact that I think.
Isn't he already?
Not yet, hold on. The fact that I feel like he wasn't the right man for the job, Sebelebele was citing. Now I'm looking for the season for what it is. Calm down, Mapagania, relax, Bafetu. It's only been 3 games. 4, actually. But calm down. He's gotten a few things wrong. In my opinion, he's gotten a few things wrong.
There's no way.
I think sometimes we get caught up in our expectations and we forget the reality of it. Okay. Let's put away the Polokwane game. First of all, everyone who's complaining about Ouaddou was completely silent after Reja Polokwane there. Very curious for me, but I'll put that aside. Let's go to the league. One thing I want to cite, the last 4 losses, the Orlando Pirates in the league, in the Betway Premiership, as Kukune, Marumo Gallants, Skukune. So for those that are crying about Jose's core and Jose as a manager and everything that was going so perfectly, apparently, by the way, I feel like Mapagania are romanticizing Jose Rivero. Guys, it wasn't a perfect season. Can you calm down? Can you let go of the amnesia? Jose's last 2 losses was to Marumo Gallants and Skukune. Gupi, Escotini, and at Bloemfontein. Where did Ouaddou lose his games? Escotini in Bloemfontein. So let's look at, because the results are the same, can we look at the little nuances, the little fine margins? Because I feel like I really feel for Coach Ouaddou Mfethu. I think in his first 10 games, he's been dealt very hard challenges. Mfethu Kukune at home, Marumo Gallants away from home. I think Stellenbosch at home, Sundowns in 2 fixtures, home and away in the MTN. I just hope he makes it through that storm so that he can finally start doing his job. But the point I wanted to make was that the people who are screaming at he changed the core, the core Eolilangayona is Kukune, is Marumo Gallants. The same way that Ouaddou has. And if you look at the games individually the matches themselves, Kukune is Kotin, Irshaplega aerial ball. One set piece, in fact, not just aerial ball. Irshaplega set piece. That disease, I have fit like a Coach Ouaddou Bafetu. It homely last season. The day that Nda got injured, that problem started. And we are still dealing with that. Marumo Gallants had 2 big chances created in their match.
Yeah.
One of them was a set piece. Too much. But set piece. The second one was a cross. Again, not new problem. So what I want to say is, obviously we have expectations, we have hopes for the season. We thought this was the season. Give phase 4. Oh my goodness, as an Arsenal supporter, saying phase anything gives me trauma. But it's season 4.
Every team you support, we are phasing.
But the fact that we are in project win the league in 5 seasons, we're in year 4, and we look at the fact that in year 4 we lost to Skukune and Marumo Gallants. But the problem is that we're losing the same type of problems that have been existing since Olisanda was injured. We were losing to those same problems, and I think Maobane Bafetu Tebgo Mokoena won all aerial battles, one of the shortest men on the pitch. So our issues are much bigger than the coach. Okay. Now, not to say the coach is perfect. In my opinion, our midfield needed changing. So the Mbata brigade can miss me. Mbata was only supposed to play against Sundowns, Stellenbosch, Sundowns again, and CAF away games. But in the previous games that we lost, we didn't lose them in the midfield. I think we lost them in the front 3. And I won't question the coach too much for the front 3 he set up in 2 of the 3. MOFOKENG'S, Appollis, and Radiopane. Okay, Fede, you can have questions about Radiopane. Can't blame you for having those questions. I have them too. But out of the other two, Mofokeng, our best player, 27 goal contributions last season, has not been himself. We don't have Nkota anymore. So, okay, in a nutshell, before I take the whole show, all I'm trying to say is that calm down, Mapagania. If you want him to leave, give him 10 games at least. Honestly, I mean, MOFOKENG'S, blame a referee. Referee Nwele. If the referee gives us the penalty we deserve, we go to halftime, 2-0. If the referee gives us the penalty we deserve, we might even come back in the second half, 3-0, because it was another penalty, or 3-1. So, in my opinion, Ouaddou has been unlucky. A few things didn't go his way. Maubane against Sundowns.
Yeah.
Sebelebele scored 2 goals. I don't care what the score reflects. Sebelebele scored 2 goals that were valid.
2 goals, yeah,
we should have won that game. So, yeah, nutshell, calm down.
Mr. Coach, I think you are being very kind.
Yeah.
You are being very, very kind. Extremely.
Oh, heaven. I just want to know if you guys, I guess I already have the answer, but do you guys actually believe the whole 5-year plan and this year was year 4? Did you guys, like, he keeps on saying it.
I don't believe that, bro.
There's no such thing as we are hiring this man to be the person of the 5-year plan, year number 4, who should have been a league next season.
Well, the coach said it.
I think
the coach confirmed it.
He's like, we are restarting the plan. We are going to year 1 again so that we can get to year 4.
No, but, but the coach confirmed it. The coach, first of all, he confirmed that it's year 4. And second of all, he only got a 2-year contract. I mean, it's all there. That's why I get my chance.
So,
if no problem.
The reason you got a 2-year contract,
fight the chairman,
is because you don't give 1-year contracts. And you give Coach Jose 3-year contracts. So they were like, hey, Ormza, Medimane, no assistant, no other help, just you 2 years, let's see what you can do.
Mara, Mr. Coach, you are being very kind. No ways. There's no way. There's no way from the past few games that you've watched Pirates, Mr. Coach. If there's anything, if there's anything that has given you confidence here or fit, we can go toe-to-toe against Sundowns in the so-called 4-year plan. This is the 4th year. If there's anything, please tell me. Maybe I'm not seeing it, Mr. Coach.
Okay,
please tell me.
First of all, I said
where
nothing.
Are you?
I said nothing of the sort.
Where are you?
I
seeing
never
this?
said we're going to challenge. If you go back to the Bucs chat live the day we announced them, I said this is where we screwed up our league challenge. Wrong man to hire. So I'm putting that aside. But let's be. I want us to be fair about it too. Like, again, let's go back to Skukunye. Sharply Pala, and then Holto had a chance at Sharpa Pala. So me, when I look at this Skukunye game, I'm looking at the fact that, okay, tough game. Honestly, if I'm looking at the coach, his biggest mistake was playing Mashilwane. That was a huge error. It was screwed up there. Shouldn't have played Mashilwane. I go to MOFOKENG'S. Okay, again, first of all, Kukune.
You're going to talk about the referee again.
Whoa. You're going to chance. I can't put it.
You're going straight to the referee.
Who's making these changes?
The last thing you should do right now is go granular game by game to defend him.
Because I defied margin. Hold on. I'll have Gafa. Guy chance. The MOFOKENG'S game. Again, in my opinion, and you guys were there in the Bucs live when I said, I don't care about cups this season. I don't even care about them at all. I want the league. And for me,
seems like we won't win none of them.
The mistake that the coach made against Marumo was that he thought about Sundowns. Now, I would have rested players against Sundowns and played my strongest team against MOFOKENG'S because the most important thing is MOFOKENG'S. Now, it's the league, rather. Now, I look at the lineup for the MOFOKENG'S game. Again, biggest mistake for me was Mashilwane. Angazo Mashilwane ukeza ngani. Ushisani Gambre Lake shouldn't have been playing either of the games. My midfield again, if I feel to my midfield has been fine. Dine had a questionable performance, but the midfield wasn't the problem. The problem has been in getting goals. So if I look at the MOFOKENG'S game, I la pamfetu ngamanung chuge prime irefing puzile la.
I knew it.
I refing puzile la. The game begi winile. And that's why my coach Ronald Party, my chance. In his first 5 games as a coach of Orlando Pirates, twice he's been under the cosh in terms of tough games, and the ref is giving him trouble. Again, coach,
Yeah.
I'm coming to you as a Pagania, whether the guest, Machita, or anybody watching the stream. If your problem is with the coach, you are wrong. The problem is, why did the chairman hire an inexperienced coach in the first time? What did you think was going to happen?
Especially because he came alone. I've already got your opinions. I think we have stretched it after coach's monologue, because now he's going for Abdeslam rather than against. And your argument was pretty clear. Hey man, don't be changing no winning team,
Which is crazy.
kind of thing. I think the running narrative for the season with Mr. Coach, he has said he's going to back him. He's going to look at game by game. He's willing to blame referees.
Chairman.
And he's
First
going-
of all,
and
number
he's
one
going
is
for the-
chairman.
for the chairman.
You guys let him hire him, and you kept quiet the day he was announced that leave. I'll never forget the words "leave my plumber."
Okay. No, let's go with the
Now we
topics.
can't
and let's
fire
see
the
how
chairman.
far we get. Let's how far we get. Katlo, I want to ask you. He just cited Mashilwan. Do we have a right back crisis, or is this man just crazy and he just needs to move Mashilwane from there and play him where he can play him, or just make him second fiddle and always play Van Rooyen? Especially because last season we realized Van Rooyen Natewa most of the time 65 minutes, 70 minutes. He never used to
I feel-
finish games. And yeah, did we have a problem? Did he fix something that's not broken? What do you think about the right back thing?
Agents, you know, if you know me and you know my opinions about the right back positions, like for a while, I can go back. Let me go back. Ne? I go back to when there were rumors about Thabiso Manyane leaving Pirates. If you go on my Twitter, I went on a mini rant about that, gents. Like, I stated the facts. Now I'm all about facts, my gents. I don't, I'm not emotional. I'm not emotional and I'm not sentimental about anything. I'm all about facts. Go now and check anywhere in the league. Thabiso Manyane is the most successful defender under the age of 25. You can go anywhere. That guy has played about, how many finals has he played? He has played about, I think about 7 finals. He played 1 continental final, the Federation Cup. And under Jose, guy played, under Jose went to 6 finals, and I think Thabiso started about 4 finals. He started 4 finals. You know, Jose knew that when I go to the final, I have to have Salim, I must have Hoto, I must have Monyane, I must have Chaini. You know, he knew that Monyane is one of his trusted soldiers. And then Pirates decides to be Pirates, they let him go, right? And then they went and fetched Dino van Rooyen, they went and fetched Lebitso. You see that position, I think it has been cast for a long time, bro. It has been
Since Happy
for a
Jele.
very long time. You know, I think if we went and made a survey, bro, and like people that just watch football, there's no way you can say Mashilwan must start ahead of Van Rooyen. There's no way.
There's no way.
No matter
There's no
what.
way, bro. Like,
I
and I hear I hear the conversation about the height part that the guys talk. Are you gonna sacrifice technical ability for height? Like, does that even make sense to begin with, bro? Like, because crosses in football maybe account for like 30% of football. It's not like everyone is crossing 90 minutes,
Exactly.
you know. So you don't need to fiddle with that position. You know, just leave her there as I said, Dino van Rooyen is not my favorite player, but just leave him there. I don't think Mashilwan is a better player than Van Rooyen. He's not a better footballer than Zozi. He's not a better footballer than
Shandu.
Lebitso. He's not a better footballer than Shandu. So I just think, the coach was just stubborn. I just think he just needed to listen to the people that have been around and say, bro, just leave Van Rooyen there. Don't touch that guy, And you saw the difference on Saturday that Van Rooyen made, So I think I'm not the one to call a player Nkomo and such words, but I don't think I don't think I just think the level is just too high for Mashilwane and the club. I feel sorry for the guy, but I don't think he's at that level yet. And I think we shouldn't pay the price for that guy's development. I think that's very dangerous. We shouldn't be doing that.
I mean, look at us. We're talking about right back. Really, right back? I was actually
Imagine, bro.
I was better off fighting between Shandu and Van Rooyen. I didn't know we could get worse than that. I didn't know. I didn't know. Tatu, let me ask you an interesting question about the right back situation. Would you consider Sebelebele there? And basically, if you're going to say yes, or if you're going to consider somebody else, it means you feel like there might be an issue there. But if you don't feel like it, then let's just play Van Rooyen. Would you play Sebelebele?
At right back, no. No, I wouldn't play Sebelebele at right back. I think of the options that we have, Dino van Rooyen is the best. And I think what frustrates me the most feels like we are and how, which I think is what is more frustrating than who's playing there currently or setting lineups at the next game.
With that versatility, okay, I think we just lost him for a second.
Or the starting right back by the next game. If they can be able to give it to Dino van Rooyen. Give it to Dino van Rooyen. He's the best that we've got there. And I think he's I agree with Mark. He's not my favorite player, but he's the best that we've got there. So just play him there and stop debating between a height and technical like height and technical ability. A football person will tell you they'll take technical ability.
Especially at fullback.
Any day.
Especially at
any
day.
No, Van Rooyen, you are short.
Especially at fullback.
Imagine
like Van Rooyen must be in that position. I don't think Sebelebele would do a good job there defensively. I think he'll provide the energy, but defensively he won't do a good job against one-on-one against another winger in the league. He's going to struggle. But in terms of the energy that he provides, based on the game that I saw against Sundowns, the energy that he provides, he would provide something, but I don't think. Also, we can't be experimenting. We are well into the season now. We are very much well into the season. We're going to play our third league game against Stellenbosch. And we need it. We desperately need 3 points in that game. I don't think the coach should be able to shoot. I don't think the coach should experiment, play Dino van Rooyen, and out.
I agree. Mr. Coach, anything to say about that right back? Like I said, I can't even believe we're discussing it, Mike.
Yeah, something a little bit short for me. Last season we were talking about Dino van Rooyen to challenge Sundowns in the national team. So he's without a shadow of a doubt the second best right country. Should be playing. However, I honestly think, and that's where I'll question the coach in Mfethu. Wait, Mashilwana as a right back. I don't care what was playing, go Baroka. I'll tell like a center back, my chance. He's not a right back. I think his defensive abilities are high. Mashilwana, that's your goal. But Onalugolia high. But I think defensively, as a defender, I think Mashilwana is quite solid. He's quite decent. And he's just being played out of position. I don't know, excitement, yeah, right back, or Bamzalina, it's of go Baroka or go Abdeslam. I don't know whose idea it was, but that boy is a center back. And Hugo Bruce, shout out to him.
Abdeslam.
Hugo Bruce, only vision, my chance. The one cap he got
the
under
coach.
Bafana, he was playing center back, and it looked very good there. So, yeah, man, take him off the right hand side, play him go center back, and from a right back position. As you know, we play a very demanding game from our for our fullbacks in total. So even Van Rooyen is not gonna play 90 minutes.
Full game, sure.
If you want to keep that intensity, he's not gonna play 90 minutes. And the change that the coach made was spot on in the previous game. When you pull off Van Rooyen, put on a right wing, you take Sebelebele, you take him at right back, everything fine. Sebelebele for me is completely solid. Is finally we have a mirror for Hoto. I see it.
Woo!
In Sebelebele we have a mirror.
Could be exciting.
He's got the energy, he's got the engine, and he's got the pace to go up and down the pitch. Why it's a Hoto we complain about his final ball. We don't complain about his defensive work, and I think Sebelebele can do the same kind of thing, but even give us more going forward. So
it's work ethic.
You start Van Rooyen. And when you pull him off, you bring on someone else attacking, you put Sebelebele right back, everything will be fine.
Away. Fede, that's it for the right back. I just want to read a couple of comments from Tautuna. Mr. Tautuna, he comes through. He's like, Ola Machita, interesting take on the coach from the panel. But gents, don't you think maybe he lacks the ability to make his match day squad believe in themselves to a certain extent? Interesting question. And then he just came in with the Sebelebele thing. He's like, I think he'll make a replacement for perfect replacement for Nkota, as opposed to actually him being in the right back position and creating more drama there. And the coach just needs to up his motivational skills. That motivation one is interesting. And then Amos Itaola, he just came through and said, I think Sebelebele is more dangerous coming from deep than a right winger. Very interesting. Very interesting, because actually we're going into the right wing conversation right now. So let's see what we can say there. We were actually working on a video about Sebelebele and whether he'll solve our right wing issues. We started with Moremi, beginning of the season. Also in preseason, we saw that Moremi, why he really wants Moremi to be the guy. Things got complicated also with Appollis, because now we don't know Mofokeng on the right, Appollis on the left. And I remember when Appollis came, that first game, he put in that very good switch to Mofokeng. We're like, oh, Appollis on the left, Mofokeng on the right, how we are cooking here. Only for the season to start, and then it's like, hey, it's not as easy. No, it's not as easy. So we tried Appollis, we tried Moremi. I even think I saw Makgopa there in pre-season. And we've been giving Moremi time to do it, but then yesterday Sebelebele actually showed Hore. He can be dangerous there. So, okay, Mofokeng out of the race. I guess we can all agree with that. Mofokeng trying him on the right out of the question. Yeah, sharp. So, Katleo, when we went wrong this situation here, right wing, like we said at the beginning of the show, if there was anything that we needed to do was replace Nkota. How has the coach done in terms of selecting here? And also, I just wanted to add on to that question. I think it's also for everybody. What Tautona saying here about the motivational skills. If that plays a factor, I think you can just tell us. But if not, just tell us what you feel about that right wing and Fixture. How do we solve this issue? How do we solve it? That's the problem.
Sebelebele has made our job easy on the right. I think that's solved. He's the guy for that position. because clearly we've seen that Mofokeng can't play there. Appollis also struggles in that position. So I think he's the safest option or player to play there. So yeah, I think that one is very straightforward. He's the player for that position. But there's a guy that made a comment that he made an interesting comment that when Sebelebele comes from a deeper position, it looks more threatening. You know, there's sometimes when fast players, they need more room to run, you know. So if he starts from the center position going forward, sometimes they struggle. Sometimes it's better for them to start at the back, then they go forward. But then again, the problem is that the guy's not good at defending, you know. So I think if I'm the coach, I want to play him at the right position. I think he selects himself for that position. I think everyone saw yesterday that, yeah, he's the guy for that position.
Yep.
Santos, right wing.
I completely echo what Katlego was saying. I think it's solved. Based on just one game, I'm happy with Sebelebele. I'm happy on what I saw from him. I'm extremely happy. Also, into Coach Aichilong earlier, where he's like, he almost emulates Hoto on the other side, but on a more attacking role, which is what I didn't think about. But as I'm thinking about it now, it's that Israel, and Sebelebele provides a lot of energy, and I'm not too sure about the right back thing, but I think the right wing thing, I think it's solved. In fact, Sebelebele must play.
We are looking for goals there. We are expecting goals. We are saying, we are happy. No, this man is going to replace Nkota's goal. How are we saying it? We are just trusting him to control that right hand wing side because I guess
mean, he scored our only goal yesterday. He scored our only goal, and if I'm very honest, there's no other person that looked like they're gonna score. Twice.
Thank you for remembering.
Of the score. He scored twice. But Fede, we're not gonna complain about referees. But so he was a constant threat. He was a constant threat throughout the entire game. Even though we didn't look like we're gonna score, it looked like whatever we were gonna do to score, it was gonna come through him. And I think that's the most encouraging thing I can say for him. And I mean, he scored our only solitary goal that we needed to at least have a chance as a Reapo of us. So I think we keep him there, and we see what he can do for the rest of the season.
Mr. Coach, would you like to comment on Rooyen?
You're setting me up to speak negative. I don't want to talk negatively about my club right now, man. But okay, you painted me, so I must speak on him. I want to say too many things talk about Mreme. I think average player. I wonder how long he's gonna stay with Pirates. I've seen enough. No, you know, of all the new signings, dog, Mreme is like Mdul. He's gotten more minutes than most, and Axo winning next to say so yeah, I'm not sold. And I think it leads me into the Mreme conversation. I mean the Sebelebele conversation. I mean for me, even before yesterday's game, I mean I spent 24 hours celebrating Sebelebele signing, honestly, because for me he's top 5 of our signings this transfer window. I put him in the same conversation as Nduli, the same chat as Mbule. And for me, it's because of his profile. If you look at what he does on the pitch, outside of versatility, because the fact that he can play right back, left wing, right wing, you get the same kind of quality, for me is excellent. But I think more importantly, on the right-hand side, let's talk about what we had in Nkota. We had pace, blistering pace, somebody who can take on his defender and beat him and play in some sort of delivery. You also had somebody that can cut in and shoot. You look at Sebelebele's got blistering pace. skinned Divine Lunga. I mean,
Yeah,
he will hope to forget about yesterday's game as long as he can. He's got that blistering pace, and Sebelebele is ambidextrous. His left foot, right foot, Ampor the same thing. So he gives us that threat on the right side. I think we've had the issue in the last 2 games, right hand side, especially the right wing position. And for me, Sebelebele, cut and dry, he solves that. You start him every single game, even if he has a bad game, he's your best shot. If you look at what we have, because if our options are, Appollis is not a right wing. He's made it clear.
I mean,
Mremi, later on in the season. So Sebelebele for me is a shoe in for the right wing position. Start him, and yeah, that's my right wing first choice. And once he gets the momentum, he might not only just be a replacement for Nkota, but he might even take us to another level on the right hand side.
Yeah, I think he actually does level us up, Buffet, too. Especially the ambidextrous thing, because I look at Mremi sometimes and I'm like, whenever the way you play, it's like you are the most right-footed, old-school right winger that wants to get down the line and then cross. He doesn't want to cross or a ball back. He's supposed to cut in. He always does it when it's way too late. So I think this discussion, we should leave it at, well, I guess in my opinion, I think still has some time. I hope in this time he can watch Sebelebele and at least try to be an impact. I don't want us to spend so much money on a player and then we get Sebelebele there and then now we can't even think of, okay, maybe Sebelebele right back. There's going to be a time where we have to say, hey, we have to start Sebelebele. Even when it feels like maybe we need more attacking impetus. So I want him to work. I don't want him to become an automatic bench player, but hey, he has had his opportunities. There we can't say he hasn't. Even him, he can't cry and scream and say,
chance.
So many new signings. I never had a chance. And maybe if he was a free agent, it would have been different. But yeah, in the right wing position, I think, guys, at least let's give a hand to Sebelebele for solving our problems. It is much better now. We can say something has happened from this weekend. Something has happened. Fede. All right, we can get on to more pressing matters. But let's not be fooled. Yesterday was a different kind of performance for MOFOKENG compared to the previous 2 to 3 games, I think we can say. What's your guys' take on I don't want to say it, but what's your guys' take on MOFOKENG's form, especially with the added issue Appollis Simfe to, I think I said in that video, the 5 things we learned from preseason. I realized if we're gonna need MOFOKENG firing on all cylinders, we can't afford to lose him. How do you guys feel about his form, and what do you think that means for the season? And if you want to give him a special mention or a special shout out to just give him a bit more motivation, you can say that. But yeah, Katlego, how do you feel about how he's played so far and how he's going for the future?
For me, I'm not really worried about MOFOKENG. I think we are too used to him performing every game. So, and I think we are just making it a big deal that he hasn't performed. I think he'll come around, man. We know that what he's capable of doing. I think also the fact he's not playing with the guys that he has been playing with, a lot of them. So I think I'm not really worried. I just think people are just people want something to talk about. I think the guy will come around. It's just him, man. He'll perform. We know he's our, I'd say he's our best player. So I think he will come around. I don't think it's
the Nile ain't just the river in Egypt, right?
That ain't the president I voted for.
He is. Wait, what did you say?
I'm saying
he is our best player. Come on now.
that maturity fair too and all of that. I'm seeing a bit less of it.
If Salem was still there, it would still be a debate, but he's our best player. So I don't think we should be worried about it. He'll come around. He'll eventually perform, guys. I don't think we should stress about it. If there's one position that we shouldn't stress about, is that position. You know, if there's one position,
Not position.
maybe striker, we can
MOFOKENG. I
debate
want
right
to
back.
see the MOFOKENG from last season. It doesn't look the same.
I can't hear you. What did you say?
Oh, I was saying, I'm not worried about the position per se. I'm worried about MOFOKENG's attitude and everything, because if you have to think about it, he's been the one that's been pushed around a bit more, having to maybe make do at CAM. He's still kind of trying to find, like in this last game, we just had the Sebelebele solution. But that right-hand side was still a thing of who goes
I think he's thinking about leaving.
But KB, that answers your question. The fact that the guy's being moved around, that's why he's not playing at his best. Because he's being moved around a lot. Just leave him there. You know, the guy has won the young best player for 2 seasons in a row. Just leave him there. You understand? So I don't think you should be worried like too much about that. He's gonna come around, man. He's gonna come around.
MOFOKENG should be fine.
Let's talk about that position.
MOFOKENG should be fine.
Do you want Appollis to fight with him in that position? As Appollis must come on. Are you fine with MOFOKENG being moved around and maybe being dangerous from different positions, growing? Or do you feel like I'm on edge to say, the more I see Appollis start on the left, the more I feel like MOFOKENG is going to have those feelings of,
The more you're worried.
When are you going to be young,
So I think the coach Velelena, he should stop moving MOFOKENG around so much. I don't know if he's aware or he has the best young player in the league on his hands.
Yeah.
So he should be able to play to his strengths more than out of his strengths, or trying to, take him out of his comforts, out of his position. Because I think I agree with Nak. MOFOKENG is our best player, and I don't think we should worry about this form. He'll be fine. Players go out of form all the time. It's not a new thing for MOFOKENG. But this moving around, Appollis and whatnot, I think Appollis should come off the bench if MOFOKENG is not performing like this. I don't think we should, at that lab, I don't think we should just wait for MOFOKENG to come back and be good. If he's not good, then he must some guy take him off and put on Appollis. If Appollis is performing, then you start Appollis in the next game. But if MOFOKENG comes back, then you start MOFOKENG. I don't think we should be. I don't think we should not. We should be like, let's wait for MOFOKENG to come back. I don't think so. That's not how a top club operates, and that's not how Orlando Pirates should operate, in my opinion. But I don't think we should worry about the form. But also, the coach needs to realize, or he has a very, very, very big asset on his hands with MOFOKENG. And if he doesn't see it quickly, MOFOKENG then he'll start to look elsewhere and want to find where he want to be like Nkota, where he will be wanted. Because right now I'm sure MOFOKENG, I don't know, but it doesn't feel like he's wanted from the coach. Maybe the coach Amutlu sees. Maybe the coach. That's why I'm saying maybe the coach is not aware.
That would be impossible.
You have the best
Coach
young talent there. Maybe I'm not saying. Maybe he hasn't seen any clips of him playing. Maybe MOFOKENG is training badly. I don't know. I'm confused. Now I'm confused. I would like to have the answers, but I'm confused to why is he using MOFOKENG like this? I can understand.
You guys remember when he was coming on for Galants and they were making him pull up his socks? It's like every action, every 2 steps forward, it's like he wanted to take a step back. Even when he got into the field, it's like he was just standing behind the attack going, I wasn't here when you guys conceded the second goal. I wasn't here when you guys were missing chances. But maybe I'm looking too much into it. Mr. Coach, When I want a situation, I'm fucking fit too. Is it a situation? Am I overreacting? What's pop?
I'll repeat. The Nile is not just a river in Egypt. I think we have to look at the facts. Mofokeng spent all of last season expecting that, especially even before the award ceremony, all last season expecting Hore he's gonna get his big move. There were rumors about Barcelona B. There were rumors about PSV. Now, all of those rumors were obviously declared without fake news, basically without any substance, but not like he doesn't know them. The fact that he's mentioned among those clubs means something. You think about the fact that Tamara High is his agent. He spent all of the transfer window up to right now talking about the Orkante. I would say Plomako he doesn't live in his own place yet unless it changed recently. He lives with his father. Father is in his ear frequently. It might not be every day, but he's in his ear frequently talking about my son, aren't you overseas? We had rumors about him going to Israel. So, and then in the midst of all of that, his best friend, his compatriot, if you will, lands a deal go Saudi. Uchimali Wijnaldum no. You think when he's on the phone, a ring a Nkota mbonza ka Wijnaldum go chiming or nighting. Or when saying go chiming. It's not he's 20 years old, much, and he's not a senior player. Yeah, we talk about 29-year-old. Tami always says the 30-year-old, 29-year-old. But at the end of the day, he's a human being like you and I. And for me, I think it's a little bit naive of us to act like it's not going to affect him that a player that was, without question, below his level. I think 5 out of 7 goals scored by Nkota by Mofokeng. It's a fact. It's not going to get to him. He's a human being, in fact. Everywhere I'm going to go shop right to Antwana. Oh, look, it's a goal overseas in Tuana.
I think Tamili go go Barcelona. Take Sebelebele Madrid. He's got nothing on you. Why was I ringing Vinicius outside?
He's a human being, dog. Me, I'm an Arsenal fan, for those of you that know. Support Arsenal. I'm not left wing. I would love for Mofokeng to take over my left wing right now. So this is to say that
I would love Mofokeng.
This is to say that Mofokeng knows the quality that he bears in faith. Waparachi is number 10 go squatting my chance. I don't know how much further I must speak to my point, but he knows the talent he bears, and it's gonna get to him that he's still around the Pirates player. Now we don't know the facts. Have Pirates rejected offers, or have there not been any offers, or is he holding out for a deal in the top 5 European leagues?
Yeah, because they kept on saying not just any, just because it's international overseas doesn't mean we are going to accept any offer. And they try to kind of spin, no, it hasn't been the right club yet.
So we don't know if you got those. And again, I'm a little bit vary. Yeah, we can try to ignore them all we want, but sometimes you look at the body language in Fetu. The Mofokeng that I've been seeing now, granted, he's a young man again. You expect the inconsistency at that age in terms of performance. He's not going to be dope every single game. But I think of the last 4 games, he starts with 3. And of those 3 games, people are in denial about this, by the way. He started 3 of the last 4 games. And all 3 of those games, Udutomili on the left-hand side. Now he's had minutes on the right-hand side drifting, which is not unlike Mofokeng, by the way. Maybe he wouldn't go all the way to the right-hand side wing, but he is a player who drifts on the pitch. Utomile on the left-hand side. He's been playing in his preferred position. In the 4th game, in Marumo Gallants, he came on in the second half, and more so, he wasn't that Mofokeng that we've grown to know and love. So for me, because I think about 27 goal contributions last season. You take away Mofokeng, Nkota only gets 2 goals if he's lucky last season. He is our best player from last season. It's all part of why I have so much sympathy to the coach, is that our best player from last season is not bringing goals. And we don't have a striker who scores goals. We have one, but his story is bigger than this conversation. We don't have a striker who scores goals, and we lost our right-hand side, which also gives us goals. So now, where the goals supposed to come from? So Mofokeng for me, rapela every day, not my chance. I hope the boy. I hope I'm wrong about what I'm saying. I hope it's not an emotional thing, a mental thing. I hope his time is encouraging him. Excuse me. I hope he's trying his best. I hope he's maybe thinking about, I actually want to play AFCON and then maybe I'll move. I hope he's thinking about the World Cup. Again, like summarize, I hope I'm wrong, but we have to be realistic. If we don't have Mofokeng or Mtsebileng, we actually have a crisis. Again, 27 goal contribution. Our highest goal contributor in the CAF Champions League, Ribuaka, semi-final. But the player who made it so possible alongside Nkota, Abayo. So, yeah, when I look at his body language, it doesn't look good. Now, what I do like was that, at least, okay, to wrap it up, against Sundowns, he looked much better. He struggled on the right-hand side. Mtunyela had a good performance. But when he went to the 10 position, I got a piece of that Mofokeng. That president.
Also, that first goal that was offside, Sebelebele.
That was not offside.
Yeah.
You see what he did there? I was like, yes.
That's the Mofokeng.
Yes.
That's why Sebelebele is important, because
That was
Sebelebele
not offside.
option
That was not offside.
assist So yeah, for me, I but I really hope that solution Sebelebele also helps him. It also makes him want to be in the team. Donna spoke about in the comments about motivation. I can also be sure if Coach Ouaddou has won his change room. Nothing has proven to me that he's won his change room. So I hope Mofokeng's form has to do with that. But if it doesn't, God help us all.
It's a multifaceted one because it's got so many layers. Ouaddou is supposed to be making himself known, establishing his what, but he's got so many new players, and then there's still a problem with your best player from last season, and that's a man management task. And you can see that man is all about the pitch and cones.
Exactly.
Pitch and cones, yeah. So how do you guys feel about Ouaddou's actual role in this Mofokeng? Think about the club's role. Yeah, because I feel like, I'm afraid, man. I'm afraid. I was just afraid for as long as we weren't getting goals.
That's why I was asking Ibiuri. Is he aware or this is the best in the country? This is the best young talent. Is he aware that he has a talent like that in the squad? Because of the way well, from the outside, we don't know what's happening on the inside. We're not privy to that. But from the outside, based on what we can see, we're like, bro, this guy, like Coach Watch or fit. Body language is not on. And also, what is the coach doing in order to make sure, Mofokeng, you are here, so I'm gonna use you because you're the best young talent in the country. Also, you're the best player in the team, so I'm gonna use you from what I've seen from you last season. So let me do that. But the coach is not interested in that. He seems to be on his own la land of tactics, which is
I don't like this chat, my chance, because I made a point. I want to ask you a question. If you're gonna question the coach, question him on reasonable things, my chance. Mofokeng in the last 4 games under Coach Ouaddou this season started on the left-hand side for 3 games. And he spoke in the press conference before the other game, Marumo, was that he's resting players for the Sundowns game. So you can, Jose did not start Mofokeng in his finals. You can go check if but he did not start him. So in these 3 games, Mofokeng Otomile on the left-hand side. Coach Mofokeng as grand.
Man management, look, if the team is not performing well and if your best player is not performing well, I'm going to look at the coach. I'm going to look at the coach, and I'm also going to look at Mofokeng as well. Mofokeng, he needs to come to the party, but I think like you said, Mr. Coach, there's stuff in his ear and he's not 100% there. He's not 100% on the pitch. But if that's the case, then Coach Ouaddou should go to Mofokeng. Are Mofokeng fit to battle or not? If that's the case, if we're not Bonanka, then let me put in Appollis and find a different solution.
Don't lie, Tato. Don't lie. Hold on. Don't lie, Tato, because if the coach does not start Mofokeng Latoma Hape Kamara Hambe, I'll be honest.
Obviously, we'll question, but as a coach, you need to have that sort of conviction. If our 100%, then I was because there's a lot at stake. Pirates is a big team. There's a lot at stake. What more I defend, one loss, we lose our head. So there's a lot at stake. So if Mofokeng is not 100% there, maybe 50% Mofokeng can do a job. But if Mofokeng is not 100% there, the coach should be able to go to Mofokeng and fit. The same thing Jose did with Saleh.
You were right. Even if it is,
you would play hardball. Nang nengkam chutam fes nengkam regular ice cream. Na? Oh yeah. As soon as I see there's any animosity or any body language,
the conversation would go like this. As a coach, go Mofokeng fit. I understand. I know. I'm aware that you are the best player in this team, and I want you in this team. But if you are not willing to give you 100% all for this team, I can't include you in the team.
That's called career suicide right there. But let me get Tautuna's take on that. Tautuna came through. He's
coach.
He's like, I agree with Katleo.
You must be the one defending me here. You say you must back the coach. This is me backing the coach.
Okay. Tautuna's saying is like, he agrees with you and he agrees with Katleo. Just to say, we shouldn't worry about him at this moment. Instead, we need to worry about what? The coach. What the coach's plans are to use him, which is, I feel like, the thing that might even contribute to his body language. And then the next thing he said, Jen, stop talking about Rele's father being his agent. He's not his agent. It's been a while, and everything. No, we weren't saying that. We were saying, Mr. Coach said, this man still lives at home. He doesn't have an apartment somewhere, being independent, starting a family. And so his father, who has been with him in this entire career, his opinions have mattered, and Mr. Coach believes that he has been strong on the fact that I want this boy to go overseas, but the right club. So that's why we're actually mentioning him, his father, so much.
I just want to mention, unless there's something Tautona I covering, which I'll concede, correct me if I'm wrong, not the nail agent, they're high. High. So as far as I know,
no, he's saying it's not anymore.
Okay, he's not the agent, Mr. Coach.
Not anymore. Okay, I'll concede.
So with that said, I'm saying he still has a big opinion. Just because they signed a different paper and he's not going to be completing the contract from whatever club he's going to, doesn't mean he has now kept quiet in terms of his opinions of where he should go. Thank you for that, Tautona. I think the coach, we were just speaking about it right now. Tato was saying he'd play hardball. Katleo, I want to know what you would do. I would honestly,
take him out, bro.
I'm playing you, I'm starting you every game on the left, whether you like it or not. And then, what about Appollis? Don't ask me about Appollis. How Khatezi?
Let me play devil's advocate here. Let me ask you guys, right? Because it seems there is an uproar about this guy's performance. What about his performance you'd say that this guy's not performing? I want to understand. Is it because he's not scoring? Is it because he's not creating chances? I just want to know, like, from there. And I'm just playing at, Mr. Coach, let me hear.
Mofokeng is a very direct player. He always takes on his fullback. He always looks to create something. And first of all, before I even go on, I'll always say he's a 20-year-old, so he's allowed to have off games. But I'm looking at the nuances. Mofokeng hasn't been taken on as defender at all. I haven't seen him do it until Kuna game. We were 1 goal up. I think in the last 30 minutes, I started to see remnants of the Mofokeng that I know. that is gonna try and take on his defender and create something. So for me, what I saw that for me looked like it's not the Mofokeng I know. Again, there's so many nuances. Like obviously Bafetu, last season he played so well. This season defenders are going to study him. I mean, coaches are going to decide to study him and they're going to put more pressure on him. But Mofokeng has not even been trying to take on his fullback. And for me, the first job of a winger, well, one of the most important jobs of a winger is to take on your fullback, isolate him 1v1, and if you can beat him, try. Okay, lose the battle once or twice, then decide to do otherwise. But for me, from Mofokeng, I haven't seen him even try to do that. And Bafetu, it's no secret. Mofokeng, every clip you see on Facebook, online, Mofokeng, he's always smiling. It's just who he is as a player. That boy loves football with all his heart. And it's very clear. And I haven't been seeing that. Now, I mean, I'm not saying he must smile every time I see him on camera. That's ridiculous. But I haven't been seeing those moments as of late.
But once fact, no mommy to work and smile. He's a man of fact.
Yeah, I don't want to dwell on the facts, but the fact that he's not even trying to take on any defender is why I'm concerned.
Away.
Okay, yeah. Let's go back to the games that we have played. Ne? We are playing against Sukuku. We are losing 1-0, right? I think that we all watched the game. Mofokeng gives an assist to Kabelo Dlamini. I think we all saw that.
He
What
drinks
did he
it.
decide to do?
Dlamini drinks it. Yes.
Yeah. Second game, now we are going to Marumo Gallants. Mofokeng comes off the bench, creates a sitter for Makgopa. What did he do?
Drinks it.
He drinks it. We go to yesterday's game. He gives a through pass to Radiopane. He can't control it.
Yeah.
Those are 3 clear opportunities. If those guys scored those opportunities, it's a different conversation. It's a different conversation.
Fair point.
The guy is not a machine. The guy is not a machine, Buffy. He's not a machine. He's not a machine. The team is not performing. All of the guys are not performing. You understand? I think there's too much pressure on this kid that he must create magic for us all the time. The whole team is not performing. At least he's trying to create opportunities for these guys, and they're not scoring. His primary job is to create opportunities for the seconds. He did that. These guys didn't score. It's the same story from last season.
Sorry to cut you off. I like that you made that example because I did mention that in the last 35 minutes, I saw the Mofokeng that I love. And excuse me, I think he gave Dlamini 2 opportunities, in fact. It's Bombaya highly one. What about the 65 minutes before? Is there anything you saw from Mofokeng that encouraged you in that game? I know I didn't.
No, there isn't. But I can also say that for the whole team. I can say that about the whole team. But why is he now the only one that's being singled out? That
He's our
too
best
much.
player.
Exactly. He's the best player in my team. I need
He's
him.
our best player. So we must speak.
No, he's the best player in your team, but it's a team sport. The fact that Mofokeng is the Mofokeng that we know, it was because of his teammate as well. He can't play alone, man. He can't. And you know, I sound like a spokesperson now, Mofokeng, but guys, come on. You know?
Now,
you make valid points. You made valid points. I'll close it here personally because you make very valid points. If those moments, things happen, we might have a different chat. But I think, and it's my very last point, we have to be honest. Mofokeng is not a moments player. Mofokeng creates chances from start to finish, and in these games. It's only been in moments, and unfortunately, it's always happened in moments where we're under the cosh. It's not like him. Now, again, I'm going to emphasize he's a 20-year-old. He's allowed to have off games. It's just a little bit weird for us to experience that in 3-4 games back to back, where he's not. It's for
the lack of
in these last 4 games, in fact. Show me your number, nyana.
Sure. I hear you.
It's not like him.
I hear you.
He hasn't embarrassed anyone's presence. Okay,
No, I hear you.
let's move on to the striker situation, and I'd like for us to get there right now because Katleo just said, Hore, hey man, this man's been putting it on the plate for these guys. These guys ain't scoring. He's not a machine. He's been providing assist opportunities, but we got used to him being a goal threat ever since, especially we stopped putting Mabasa in the striker's position. So, yeah, Bafet, we've got Mutuma. Can he take an assist from Mofokeng? We've got the one in the stands, Mabasa. We haven't even seen him play this season. Then we've got the radio man, the chosen one. And obviously the one who hey, I don't know if you guys saw the reactions from Midiski TV, but every single video, I think it was 4 of them, Gulilego made sure to be like, oh, Makgopa does it again.
Makgopandoski.
Makgopandoski, yeah, man.
What is wrong situation as striker? Tato, how do you see the striker situation in Fitz? We've got so many options. The radio man is the chosen one.
It's a weird one, you know, especially because the man who I think should start is in the stands. It's a very weird, very weird position to, because I don't think I like either Makgopa or Radio Man. I don't think I don't like both of them. Because, but if I were to pick one, if you were to put me under duress, as Coach Abdeslam is putting us under duress right now, I'd pick Makgopa.
You tough times.
I think I'd pick Makgopa because I don't think Radio Man has enough threat in the, like when it's time for him to shoot, man, he does something else. I don't know. I can see why I say, look, he's good for every other part of the pitch, which I think is what Coach Abdeslam likes. Maybe, I don't know, but in terms of we need a striker to be able to rekenya bolo ka hara box. We want somebody to header it. We want somebody to take it into the direction of the goal. Radio Man doesn't seem to be there, number one. And number two, he doesn't seem to have that instinct and fit to get instinct. They'll take your grandmother just to score a goal.
The killer instinct. The killer instinct.
Killer instinct. That killer instinct to put the ball in the back of the net. The person who has it already standing. I could say already. I don't know why Coach Abdeslam doesn't want him. Makgopa does too many other things.
He's been skipping too many
that I don't like, and he guides it to one net film team.
You can't pay him to strike a ball.
Radio Man, Radiopane, Makgopa, Hawaii net. They don't, and I guess it just goes with who performs better for the team. And I think Makgopa performs better for the team and performs better in big games, which is very good. So I think for now, just put Makgopa there. Maybe I can't believe I'm going to say this. Maybe we need to go into the market for a striker then. That's the
Don't
case.
even be ashamed. I so fail
That's the
transfer window.
case.
So qual.
And the one in the
Because, I mean,
stands
I'm
apparently
bad,
he's been
Mabasa.
looked for. Apparently Mabasa is being rejecting an offer. I don't know how true those claims are, but yeah, when I got away, one is wrong. Like a situation, hey man, other positions, other people have been tried. Apparently here, it's clear. It's actually clear. We've got on the one end of the spectrum, we've got Radiopane, who is definitely wanted, and on the other end of the spectrum, we've got Mabasa, who's clearly not wanted, and then we've got the people in between. With his choices up the Slum, how do you feel like he's test?
Yeah, another depressing
It's on his face, bro.
position to talk about. I'm not one for gossip or conspiracy theories, but I think there's something there with Mabasa, because if you check yesterday when we played, everyone came back. Mbata was there, Van Rooyen was there, Makgopa was there, you know. But has never been on the bench all these games that we've played. I think, I think there's something there, man. I think the guy might just be leaving the club. I just think so, right? But if I was to choose a striker, obviously I'd go for him. I think he's our number one striker, based on the killer instinct.
Yeah.
But it's nothing new for the club. But I think I've said it before that Pirates has never been a club that has a prolific striker. Our goals come from everywhere, man. We once had a defender that was our top goal scorer. Lucas was our top goal scorer. So that's a position that we have struggled with for a very long time. I think the last time we had a top or a reliable goal scorer before Mabasa was Kabadino Mango, you know. So it's a position that we continue to struggle with. I was actually saying to someone that yesterday, the day we find someone like Shalulile, like someone like Reynolds, someone like Mayele, you know, I'm gonna cry tears, my gents. I'm gonna cry for that. Because it just seems like we cannot get it right with that position. You know, like judging from the games we have played, you've tried Radiopane, you've tried Mbutuma for a few minutes, and it looks like it is as good as not playing with no striker, you know? So, for me, if I was a coach, and this is me plumbering, I'm going with Appollis as a striker.
Once.
I'm just going to say, because
you say the same thing.
Because he seems to know how to strike the ball better than a lot of players in the team, you know, and
better than our strikers.
Better than our strikers, apart from Mabasa. He's better than our strikers.
Apart from Mabasa, yeah.
If Appollis gets the opportunity that Makgopa got yesterday, Makgopa got from Ketana, I think it's a different story.
All right,
opportunity that if he gets the opportunity that Radiopane got, it's a different story, you know. So I think we should. But then again, who am I? But I think we should try him as a striker. Yeah, Mbutuma, man. I remember saying this to Mr. Coach when he was people were saying that he might come to Paris, and I'm like, maybe come on. You might as well promote that guy from our DDC. Who is that guy? Cezana. He got the top goal scorer of the DDC.
Yeah.
Try him. You know, he's within the club. I mean, Dugu has never let us down with the players recently. We saw it with MOFOKENG'S, we saw it with Nkota, we saw it with Bogazi, we saw it with Sebelebele, Jensen. So why not try this guy out and let's see. You know, maybe he's gonna be our savior in that position. But yeah, man, it's I think that one just needs it needs prayers. That one, perfect.
Yeah, but now I feel like thank you very much for mentioning that. Thank you for being brave enough for being the first one to mention it on the channel. Appollis for striker, Bafiki. Come on. Come on. We have enough on the bench. If Appollis doesn't work out at striker for the first 60 minutes, so like a striker. We've got so many options. Appollis for striker. It's because Radiopane, Radiopane, so nobody's convinced about the Radiopane.
You know what's unfortunate? We must go back to history.
Doesn't want to be done.
We must go back to history, my chance. Okay, nugget to me who born or with a lang go pagania, like bona 2002 or 3 season. How many deadly number 9s can you count? Benny, Leslie Manyatela. One second position, no. Okay.
The thing is that what happens with us is that we always get somebody who is going to do well for a maximum of 8 months.
Tender Indoro won the Golden Boot with its 6 months worth of goals. Never scored a goal after January, but he's still
Chinyama, top goal scorer of that Kev.
take sure, make sure.
Flashes in the pan.
Yeah.
The most consistent I've actually seen is actually been Mabasa.
And I want to get onto this Mabasa talk. It's criminal what happens to Mabasa. I would like to be the spokesperson for Mabasa as a Paganea. What happens to him as a striker is criminal. The second highest goal scorer Orlando Pirates in the PSL era struggles for game time. And I told Mika Ouaddou, maybe you guys, Mapaganea okay, not you guys, but Mapaganea anal amnesia. But Jose Rivero had the same problem. You kept choosing Makgopa, and I was willing to cry week in, week out about that. And I believe Tabaya modern football are saying sometimes. Mabasa is the most clinical, most prolific goal scorer we have in the club. Look at Man City. Man City plays a certain type of football, but once Pep got Haaland, he tweaked things so that they started to play, create for Haaland. When you have a shark like that, you tweak your system to suit him. Mabasa is not a link-up striker, my chance. He's a cross the ball for him, very good in the air. He's the kind of striker that if you can't cross for him, you put it on the ground and you put it so that he just comes in one touch. One of my favorite goals, Mabasa, I think one of the games he scored a hat-trick, I think it was either Marumo Gallants or Une. The ball comes in from the left-hand side. He's got acres of space. Out of a touch, which I would assume he should. Doesn't take a touch. One time, back of the net, keeper has no chance. That's the kind of chances you create for Mabasa. But modern football, I was saying at coach you want a coach who can link up with Mabasa. I mean, Makgopa, he come let this step, right wing, he must be involved. Mabasa no trap. And I'm willing to be okay with that. As long as you play.
Are you sure, Mr.
Yes.
Coach?
As a trapper.
Hey, there will be situations where we need that one goal.
It's fine.
That's not one of that situation.
Yeah.
Where you don't need Mabasa kind of strike against Sundowns. Then you start Makgopa.
Yeah.
But every other game you play Mabasa because again he's much better at ball striking. I mean, like KG was saying, Fetu, that chance against Sundowns. If I don't make it to the final, I don't know if I can forgive Makgopa for that. Now I'm okay with it. I can sleep at night. But if I fail to make it to the final, like, those are those fine margins against better teams. And I think if we were to tweak our system to work for Mabasa, we'll get so much more joy. Now, again, like KG was saying, when Mbutuma was announced, I was so excited. So excited, so happy. Finally, we have somebody who can press and can also strike a ball. My goodness, was I wrong? Another striker who can't trap. And you know, it's the age-old saying, can't trap, can't play. So that's all I can say about Mbutuma. Mbutuma, as far as I'm concerned, wise game. Maybe 3 more games. If I'm convinced another one who's Pirates is too big for him. But yeah, I think the transfer window of Fixture only closing on 22nd of September. I know we've signed 14 players. There's no shame. When you're wrong, you're wrong. There's no shame. Go back to the market. Look for a striker. And again, I think it's ridiculous because the fact that we want a striker. I mean, you look at Lukaku. Lukaku is Lukaku. Talile Mara currently is behind Pele Nomvete alone in terms of the PSL record. But he bangs in goals. So don't just look for our coach has made it clear. The fact that he's starting Radiopane, I'm gonna end Radiopane. The fact that he's starting Radiopane and starting Mbutuma is making it clear that to him the link up yakhona le bayithanda ngazi ibayenzele endlengaka. But le link up play le bayithandayo kangaka.
La link up le rememoremi da.
Na le press yabo. Yeah, it's dope. Up. It works for them in the press. Makgopa gets himself an opportunity by pressing. But goals. Presses and chances and mistakes don't win you games. Goals win you games. And you need a striker who can do it. And finally, going to Radio Man. I think the Radio Man is a little too much. Now, should he start? No. But I think people act like Radio Man is worse than Makgopa. For me, when I see Radio Man, I see Makgopa.
True that.
Okay, 1-2-1.
True that. True that.
Hard workers, good link up play. Maybe can even strike a ball better, but
give him an opportunity in the box.
Never trap a ball.
Okay, gents, thank you very much. I'm just gonna read the comments about the striker situation, and then I'm gonna ask you guys for the predictions against Stelis. Radlala no against Stelis and what we think will happen for the game. So Daudona came through. He's like, Radio Man still needs to be polished, and he's not ready for the first team. He's still trying to he's still trying hard to engrave his name, and Mabasa is still the man, and we are going to lose him if all of this goes on. And then Makeza at 24 came through and he says, Mabasa actually distancing, so he's probably in talks with another team, which is the alleged things that we didn't want to allege in this one. We just wanted to keep it football. To summarize, Mr. Coach, I hear you. This whole link up thing, I can understand it. And if Radio Man and Makgopa are link up men, then what is Mbutuma? Question mark. Just for pressing. Just for pressing. Then in that case, Makgopa should actually be the starter. If we are saying that we want somebody to press and to be a link up man, we actually should be starting Makgopa, and then the Radio Man should be actually deputizing after him, just like he was doing last season. One thing that KG would say, and then why are you changing a winning team after Slump? Now that's what I can give you to say, or you don't really, unless you're gonna put on someone who's gonna do a different job. Now you're just putting on question marks all around the pitch. Gents, it doesn't get any easier. We've got 2 tough fixtures before we can drop our shoulders and start looking at teams and saying, Mora winner. Yo, when last did you look at a fixture and say, Mora winner? Hey, it's been a while. So 2 tough games before this time next week. 10-8, semi-final number 2, and riding. The next game for the league, in the league, Nkota against Stellenbosch. We still have how many points in the league, everybody? Yeah. Let's nobody wanted to say it out loud. KG, are we going to remain on 0 points? Are we going to win? Are we going to draw? What's going to happen against Stelis? And your second leg prediction, please.
It's very difficult to give you a prediction lineup because I can see you're gonna win. Then Mashilwan is there again against Titus, Yeah. I think we're gonna win the game. I think you're gonna win the game. But if you go with my lineup, I'm gonna say you're gonna go with my lineup, you're winning. If you have MOFOKENG on the left, on the right is Sebelebele. Striker ke Appollis. Right back Nkota. Left back Nkota. Goalkeeper ke Chain. Left center back Mbogazi. Right center back Siema. In the middle, my number 6 Nduli, and we play with the 2 8s is Mbata as well as Mbule. I think we'll win the game if he goes with that.
Both games.
Oh, for the Sundowns game. Yeah, man. It's a difficult one, but I think something tells me that we might just. I think we might just pull something in the day, bro. I don't know. I think we might just. I think we might just win, man. Maybe a 1 million. I don't know. Guys. I don't want to lie. I don't know.
Tatos, are we getting points?
Yeah.
Are we going through to the final?
I don't think we're gonna win against Stellenbosch. I think we're gonna lose against Stellenbosch. Uh, but I think I agree with Mark. I think we're gonna do something against Sundowns. I think there's a better chance of us winning there than Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch, I think we're gonna lose. I think we're gonna lose 1-0. And I think because against Sundowns, we're gonna win 1-0.
1-0 Sundowns away. 1-0 Stellenbosch at home. Loss. Okay. Brave. Mr. Coach. When you make these predictions, remember that we might need some motivation or some momentum going second leg. Will players be rested?
I don't think we will. First of all, until Ndar returns to the lineup, we're going to concede goals every single game. That being said, yeah, I think we'll draw against Stellenbosch and F2. Steve Barker has our number, bro. I'd be so pleasantly surprised if we win that game. I don't know how it's going to happen. I think we'll draw that game for sure. But something, man. The Pagania game lit. You'll finally, Prime. Finally, M10-8. I can't tell you who's gonna make it work, how, but I think maybe someone like Sebelebele pulls us a laying and we hammer them 3-0. Because I don't think it's gonna be even close. I think
so.
I think on masterpieces, they're going to remember I could be wrong. I mean, it's football, but I honestly think we'll play that final. Won't even be close. Yeah, but when I think about Devin Titus and I think about the set piece, because if Canale coach team Tepane United, I'm like, I have my chance. Fight for a corner.
Yeah.
Fight for a corner, then the whole week Chimadi corner kick. Nkaija Pirates.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so your two predictions?
Yeah. And Mapagana, you must come down. You must come down, must draw an Stellenbosch. You must come down, must draw an Stellenbosch. Ikisanu moya. Yapangeke is win. I'll be happy. I'd love to win. Let's go.
If you lose against Stellenbosch.
Me, even if we lose against Stellenbosch, I say, Nakita 10 games. I don't care what happens between now and 10 games. Gayang code 10 games. And once you are sick after those 10 games, leave the coach alone. Please. Call out the chairman because it's his fault.
I've got a plan. Now you're going for a draw, and we're going to kill Sundowns.
I literally kill Pell.
We say it's not going to be close.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I think I got it. Let's lose against Stellenbosch so that we have to win against Sundowns. Have to win because it's going to be like. We'll be.
No.
It's gonna feel like a must win of all must wins, especially for Abdeslam himself.
For his job and his family.
His job, he knows that because he's not winning the league for it. It's just that momentum is gonna take a hit. I actually I predict both draws. 1-1.
They are both must wins.
1-1, 2-2 against Stellenbosch.
Okay.
Another 1-1 against Sundowns. Penele.
Tipo chain. Saves us again.
Saves us away from home. They're going to get us with another set piece. They actually don't look good, and I'm excited about that. TLP will go to masterpieces with Reyners already in his pocket, and he'll just be like, oh, where is he again? The Sebelebele thing, I think is fantastic to keep us dangerous on the right-hand side. More of the same, if you ask me. Appollis at striker.
Because you can't really plan for Sebelebele. A player with pace like him, you can't really plan for him. Laugare, man to man, is going to skin you. Yeah.
And I hope Tembazwane stays injured.
Yeah.
For that game.
We need him for qualifier, Rayman.
And then I think this is a good time to play Sundowns, perfect. Good time to play Sundowns. We've got the predictions. I hope everybody has prayed. That is where we're going to Vala this year. Emergency therapy session on a Sunday night. My chance, pray. If you are fasting, I don't even want one bite or whatever you're not supposed to eat. This is a very important week. I hope we do well. For everybody who tuned in, thank you very much. Please don't forget to hit the like on your way out. Mr. Coach, I'll let you close it.
Mapakania, mina ngiyokhala kuze kulunge bafethu. YouTube yasiphanisha njengoba besekiwe onelinye ikhosi lapha lesimoshela istream umsebenzi wethu. Streamer le nonsense yakhe. So please hit the like. If you haven't already, please hit the like. If you haven't subscribed, we'll appreciate it so. Please hit it. We are back, as you see. Lots more shows to come through. We've got the preview coming up, and depending on how this year goes, we've got Bucs Chat live therapy session. So love. And finally, calm down, man. Give the coach time.
10 games of it. 10 games. 0 points, 10 games. So what? I wait. Calm down. Ako mapagania. Ipo. Hey.